everyone. My name is Jordan.
I'm Jenna.
And we are the Alternative Study Break. And today we are here with a very special guest, Bryce from the Rocket Summer. Yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Yeah, we're excited.
So you're currently headlining the Zoetic Tour in support of your new album that just released. How's it been going so far?
And it's been going so good. It's been so awesome to see everybody after a bit of time away making this record. So every night just feels like celebratory reunion in a way. The break that went down for this tour was longer than any break I've ever had from
It's a little hard to hear you.
I think.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, that sounded better.
Is this any better?
Yes, that's much better.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
It's really funny. If you saw an image of me right now, I'm practically eating myself up. Trying to get you.
Awesome.
So you just released your new album, Zoetic. How's the response been so far from fans and critics? We saw Alt Press gave you a 4.5 out of 5 stars, which is awesome.
Yeah. No, it's been really cool. I mean, with this record, I kind of just set out to push myself further than I ever had before. Just not allowing any kind of boundaries, any kind of barriers that might have subconsciously been there in the past. Just kind of followed the songs that came out and just see what would happen. Try not to fall back on anything that maybe I would have done in the past. Just really trying to push forward artists. So with that, I think what came out is a really unique record. It's been really cool to see the response. It's been mostly really positive. Yeah, saw the alternative press review, which is super cool. High five, AP.
Yeah.
and it's seen a lot of really great reviews on it. It's probably the best reviews I've actually ever seen. Saying that, I kind of sound like Donald Trump right now. I feel really weird. We're great. We're seeing the greatest reviews everywhere. Everybody, we're doing great. All these different places. No, but I think the fans have received it pretty well. So it's been really, really cool.
We definitely agree with Alternative Press that it deserves a 4.5. It's an incredible album.
Oh, thank you so much.
So it's been a couple years. It's been a couple years since you released new music. Did you feel any pressure about getting back into the music scene and releasing this new album?
I mean, it's weird. I've never worked so hard in my life on a record as I did this one. Because what I did was I went into the studio and I just worked constantly for about a year, and I wrote and recorded about 5 albums worth of material. And so for me, I've just been pounding the pavement in my own mind, if you will. I haven't slowed down at all, but I could see how it seemed, so I just went away. I kind of equate the whole thing to that movie Interstellar. I don't know if you saw that, but Matthew McConaughey goes on this weird trippy mission where he essentially time travels. He's only gone for maybe 15 to 30 minutes or so, and he comes back and everyone's old. That's kind of what this album has felt like to me. Because in my mind, I'm playing these shows, it just feels like it was just yesterday when I was doing it before. But
that's awesome.
No, I mean, I just want to. I feel the pressure, I think, more than ever to just try to move a little quicker. With this album, I allowed for a little more experimentation, a little more let's just see what happens. Even if that means the music that comes out that makes a difference, that perhaps this release comes out under a side project. I was sort of entertaining all of any idea, but now I suppose there's a new pressure. It's just, I love this so much. I love hanging out with fans so much. These shows every time it's so life-giving. I really don't want to do that again. So the pressure now is to get in the studio as fast as possible.
We could definitely hear the change in sound, and it's definitely a sound that has worked, as you can tell from the response.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So, like we said, like, you did go in a very different direction compared to previous Rocket Summer stuff. Like, what inspired you, other than, like you said, Interstellar, to go in that direction?
You know, I think you know, it's not hard to explain, but, you know, I made calendar days, and then things just started picking up really fast, and I just sort of rode the wave. And I tried to kind of create something that would be its own thing. But really, I feel like there's a lot of different kinds of music that I make. And so with this one, it was just allowing myself to show a little bit more of what I do, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that Rocket Summer is just one thing, the other records, but
Right.
I just wanted to kind of get a little more out. This in my head normally all day, so kind of just opening the door to that. After, I felt like it was a good time to do that, being the sixth record.
Cool.
Who knows what the next one sounds like? It might, I don't know. It might be the pendulum swinging far the other way. We'll see.
Well, your first single off the album, Same Air, that you released, why did you choose that to be your first single and introduce that as, like, your new sound?
I don't know. I think just the song is I just really like the song. Right? I like it for the fans. They do that. That have been following me for a while. They come along. I kind of thought it was a good first song to show.
Cool.
That's like,
Very cool. So when we were making questions, we were, like, trying to figure out how to ask questions about the album and think of, like, words that we thought described it. But then we were like, oh, we'll just ask him. So if you had to choose a word to describe this album, since it is so funky and interesting, what would you do, or what would you choose?
Wait, sorry, you're cutting it out. I'm really sorry. What
Oh, sorry. We were just wondering, like, how you would describe this album to someone. Like, what kind of words would you use to describe this if you had to, like, tell someone about it? Because it is very interesting and kind of funky.
Yeah, I mean, I had this. It's so funny. I had on my gigantic list of songs about 100.
Wow, 100.
I was writing down little things of, like, musical artists. I think the stuff that was inspiring me was a lot of Radiohead, pop stuff. Like, I don't know if you've heard a song "Scream" with Janet. Like, so rad. But like, I was listening to a lot of punk rock, a lot of Radiohead, and
Sweet.
a lot of, like, Janet, and I was getting weird attack and stuff. So then it just kind of went through my own
Very cool.
filter that I, we're all born with our own individual filter, brain and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I think the album itself, just the title, kind of describes it, because the word Zoetic defines being alive, and to me, that's what the album sounds like. And yeah, Zoetic is a really unique word and a really interesting way to say alive, and that's why I felt like it was such a perfect title for the album.
Perfect.
Very cool. So if you had to choose a song from your new album that kind of describes who you are as a band right now and the direction you think you're going to head in the future, what song would that be?
I don't know where I'm going in the future. The only place I know I'm going to right now is Nashville, Tennessee, because that's where we're playing tonight. But I there's literally no way I'd be able to say where I'm going, but I do think that maybe a good song that we kind of sort of capture the all around, I guess, essence or whatever of the album might be on Cold War. A lot of fans would really be connecting with White Fireworks, Florida, California. But in my mind, as far as the journey that I went through it and all the B-sides that they are, that nobody's heard yet, I feel like when I think of Zoetic, I think of this huge, like, 50 to 100 songs coherent. And as far as what ended up on the album, I would think the Cold War kind of captured the whole vibe of the era.
Very cool.
Does your new album have like any theme or like message behind it that you kind of wanted to portray? Even it could be through the lyrics or even just through the music itself.
Yeah, I mean, a certain restlessness in the record. Maybe there's a little touch of doll that perhaps not that I don't feel the need to in terms of maybe some songs are a little everything's gonna be okay, kind of a vibe. And maybe some of the songs on this record, like I know they will, but I can't feel that right now. that makes sense. There's just kind of a certain manic nature in it, and kind of that whole the rest of this within your soul versus what you want, like when what you want versus what you need. Kind of the battle between your head and your heart, and that's kind of a common theme in just trying to find peace throughout chaos. Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool. All right. So after all these years that you've had the band The Rocket Summer, since you've been around since the early 2000s, what has been your favorite part about being in a band?
Without a doubt, I love creating music. There's absolutely nothing like the community that we have that really is the Rocket Summer. The fans, I mean, like, people ask, like, if you had to show one record you did to your legacy or whatever, what would it be? I always say it's we put out the Tree record, the live acoustic record, where I went on the Zoetic Tour, which I know was definitely one. You can just hear everyone singing along so well. It's just really the spirit of the room potential. For me, that is by far and away the record I would show. It doesn't show.
Yeah.
Community that we have. And so, I mean, for me, that's absolutely the thing that I'm most proud of in terms of this great work. The family we have in Rock Summer. It's not so, I never take it for granted. It has absolutely carried us through the highs and the lows. No one cared. And yet, it's like the only thing we had our fans. And yet that's all you need. It's like, our fans really are everything. I don't mean to sound like super cliche, like,
No.
do it for the fans, man. But like, because I do it because I have to do it, because that's how I'm wired. If I didn't have fans, I would still do it. But the fact that this community is there is easily second to my own spirituality, probably.
Cool.
The most life-giving thing in my life. This community that we have. So.
And that's the best part.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
to end it, what is the future looking like for the Rocket Summer? Are you going to be continuing to tour for like the rest of the year? Are you going to think about doing like any festivals or anything else? Like, I know you just released the album, but maybe in the future, maybe a deluxe album or something like that, or anything you can tell us?
Yeah, well, I mean, the record just came out 2 weeks ago, so it's or maybe now actually 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it's so everything's pretty fresh with that. We're going to the UK, which we haven't announced after this tour, and I'm not really sure. I mean, there's a sea of songs, much more songs than are on this album that we just released, and so I can't. We're trying to sort of figure it all out. There's a lot of potential to do a lot of different things with the unreleased music, and then if it were up to me, I would be on tour every day of my life and have a studio like in a trailer that just came with us. But
your fans would appreciate that.
I would appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I mean I love this. So, but unfortunately, it's not always up to me. So
right,
it's like, oh yeah, there's availability of clubs and stuff like that, and so all that stuff has to get planned pretty far in advance. So, and there's 1,000 bands doing the same thing. So, but yeah, so we'll see what the future holds. Right now, I'm not entirely sure, but sometimes that's a cool place to be because it kind of makes me work, makes me write. So if we're not going to do a tour soon, I'll be in the studio or vice versa. So
sweet,
awesome.
Well, that makes us excited.
Yes,
for more things to come.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. We appreciate your time.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry if it was a little noisy, and I think if you could see, if I could take a little snap of where I'm sitting in this RV and how fast we're flying down the freeway, I'd probably crack up. So,
but that's okay.
Sorry if it seemed a little weird.
No, it's okay. We just appreciate that we got to interview you guys, and
yeah, we're big fans.
And we're actually going to get to see you.
Thank you so much.
We're seeing you in a few weeks in Akron, in Ohio. So everyone who's listening, you got to come out. It's going to be a fantastic show. Looking forward to it.
Nice. That is so awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for wanting to take the time to do this.
Yes.
For being a part of this.
Of course.
Well, you're welcome. And thank you.
Awesome.
We help each other in that way.
Yeah.
There's the community aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll see you guys in Akron.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Thank you
Have
so
a good
much.
day.
Yeah, you too.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.